welcome to the fourth quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, and we got to rush it on through, but we're going to take our time and do a good job for our sponsors.
Let's start with Carl's Thrifty Way. You know, it's summertime, and you're going to do things like you're going to go out and you're going to shoot your gun, you're going to go swimming, and you need things to help get those ears where you're protecting your ears from that loud gun or protect the ears from that water. If you go to Carl's Thrifty Way, they have Instamold products where they'll go in there to take a cast of your ear and get custom-made earplugs for your ears. Go by Carl's here, 2961 South Union. They can help you with that. Also, their arthritis medications. They've got medications there that the pain is here. You don't have to start here. You start where the pain is and put the medicine right where the pain is happening. He's got topical type pain relief for your arthritis and treatments. Go by there. They also have got over-the-counter medication. They'll do your prescription medications, a great gift shop, home decorating ideas as well. Carl's Thrifty Way. And one more, LHC Group. All your home health care needs. That's the therapists that might have to come to your house, the nurses, the special beds, the special equipment you might need for your type of illness. Maybe you're just rehabbing, coming back from a knee injury or that type of thing. They can help you with the therapists and the equipment you need for that as well. They've got the Health and Wellness Center here on Heather Drive with the brand new tennis courts and good parking there. They've got hospice care. They've got palliative care as well to help you maintain that. If you've got an ongoing illness that causes you a lot of pain, you can help you work through that type of thing as well. Go by LHC Group. It's all about helping people.
Okay, and we've got a few more pictures to show here.
Sure. How about this one?
While I was on my way leaving the Marksville, that was the big casino over in Marksville, Paragon, and across the street, of course, is Damien Juno's Cajun Meats, and they also, in the next picture, that big sign there, Juno's Cajun Meats, and then, yeah, Meat Cleaver. And of course, that's also owned by, partially owned by Ted Bellard from Targill.
Mr. Targill, we talked about a little earlier.
And hot boudin and fresh cracklings. They want those people leaving the casino to stop by and bring them home some good boudin and fresh cracklings and
pick that up
Cajun meats.
Before you get in your room, you pick some of that up and bring it to your room.
Well, those two items you could. Those two you could. And then
this is a little band?
The little band. Last Thursday night, and we had a little conflict there. The sheriff was having his 300 Club meeting, and Paul Mouton had asked the business community for donations. They came through. He was able to hire 8 part-time servers of these warrants that are issued by the various courts in the area. And Paul was doing a good job with a very limited staff, but these 8 will work approximately 12 hours per month. And they can also work other type of events as long as it doesn't require to be like in a nightclub, inside of a nightclub. They can work football games and things, you know, sporting
certain
events.
levels of certification.
That's correct. Although they all post-certified.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes, that's what I understand. They're all post-certified, all have uniforms, so that when they knock on that front door, you know they're professional. And of course, we had a little music to, you know, just kind of liven up everything. That's my backyard right there. And that's the Roscoe Chenier Band that's now headed up by David Edmond, and the young man on the keyboard is David Edmond Jr. and Mr. Chevalier from Leonville sitting down playing the guitar. And that's one of the waterfalls. It's kind of hard to figure it out, but if you were at my house, you'd see how it works. But got 3 waterfalls there that were built by Jim Frugier, the prior owner of the property, and I kind of spruced it up and I put in a well to have good fresh water coming in and also good for the fish. And I'm arriving over in Winfield, Louisiana, and the first little convenience store on the left, right past the railroad track there. Don't know the name of it anymore. It's kind of changed hands a few times, but the young lady is Sandy Labatt, and she says, looks like maybe you from South Louisiana. I said, I sure am, Opelousas. She said, well, I'm from Youngsville. I said, well, my
That's
God,
much more
Sandy, we were right next door. She says, what about Josh and Dustin Romero, the jockeys? You ever hear of them? I said, well, I've heard of the Romeros. She says, well, Josh right now is racing over at Remington Park in Oklahoma. Big, beautiful park. Barry Mitchell and I, Barry from Alexandria and I went there on one of the trips. We were opening an office we were looking to open an office in Oklahoma. Never did, but we did go and spend an afternoon at Remington Park. And Sandy's maiden name, of course, is Romero. So she was also a horse trainer. She named me the couple she trained for.
Who's going to race this weekend? It's Derby weekend, you know.
Well, Pletcher has 5 enters. Well, they're entering them today. They expected him to enter all 5 that qualified. Now, whether he will or not.
And they'll run as many as 20, I
20,
guess.
that's correct. And they're looking for a 20 field. And
there you are right there, Luke.
Pletcher, yep, the Derby is Pletcher dominated. And I had something else I wanted to say reference to that. Oh, yeah. While we're talking about that, we have a few minutes. Yeah. Paulie Benoit's name came to my mind, and I was talking to Don Stimmons. And I said, I know you knew Paulie as well as anybody. He says, Paulie was kind of like a mentor to me. He said he really knew the horse business and knew the breedings and way more than people gave him credit for. I said, well, he trained a filly for me, Miss Wise Charge. And I said, I left to go out of state. I think I had won a trip to Hawaii. And when I came back, I found out that Miss Wise Charge had been sold. I said, was she claimed? They said, no, Bobby, you sold her. I said, well, I didn't sell her. Well, I called Paulie. Well, Paulie says, well, you know, your close friend. You're always together with Attaway. Attaway thought that the money that I got for you, you'd have been satisfied with. No, I said, I like that little filly. In fact, I said, I want her back. So he backtracked. He went to the person that had bought the horse. You know who the person was? Don Stillman. I'm telling the story to Don, and it was Don that had bought the horse for one of his clients, that he trained for. So he was in the jam, really. He had to go and tell the man. He said, look, we didn't really get that horse. We didn't really buy that horse after all. Here's your $5,000 back, but we didn't get the horse. And you know, somebody had asked me, was I mad? No. This was all done. Attaway thought that the $5,000 would have been good for me, and would have been a good deal, and it was no deal, and I got my horse back, and I liked her, and eventually somebody claimed off of me, and a good little filly. Won 3 races with her.
How about some more photos?
Okay, and this young man here is Mike Roberts. He specializes in oil paintings. Very, very gifted. He's from Winfield. And David Purcell, who owns the Proberg shop there, where we buy our egg breakfast and fried fish and fried shrimp and all, believes in this young man. He's got some big, beautiful pictures on the back end of the building, but good luck to you. And this young man here, Ellis Blunt, was trying out a pistol. I don't think he bought. Maybe he did, but I think he's empty-handed right here, walking out of the store, and got to talking. I thought I had understood him saying he was retired from the FBI, and that's what this card. His card is a member of Society of Former Special Agents of the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
There you go.
First card I ever get with this particular organization.
That's a good sign. When the FBI doesn't have to give you that card, you probably lived a pretty clean life.
Yeah, that's right. We were at Nichols, the store I brag about so much in Winfield, Louisiana. Mr. John, good morning to you, Mr. John, and the staff over there. And Ellis, thank you for talking with us, and a very interesting person. And this young couple here is Tommy and Deborah Campbell, and they too are from the area. In fact, Deborah might live right inside of Avoyles Parish, I think. And they're kind of, I think, engaged to be married. Not married, but they're a happy couple.
They're getting close to it.
And that's correct. And he works for, who does he work for?
Je connais pas.
He works for Cummings is who he works for. I can't get Robin Cummings is who he works for, and a pretty big outfit right there in Winfield, Louisiana. And these are the wells across from our camp, about 200 or 300 yards from our little camp in Winfield. And this
look
is
the four-wheeler.
Yep, the four-wheeler. But look how drab it looks with that old black door, just solid, and compared to what with my stickers. Put a little image to it. They might start ordering them like that from Polaris. Who knows? And somebody said, why didn't you put LSU? Well, LSU colors wouldn't have matched.
It's clash. You got a red wagon.
Yeah, that's correct.
You got to make the red match. Now, where you are here.
Tuesday night, attended the services that Dwight Brown hosts every Tuesday night on the backside in the chapel there at Evangeline Downs Racetrack. And, of course, he is a well-known person. He's an Opelousas City policeman. His grandfather was Mr. Milton Brown. He was the first black Afro-American to hold a trainer's license in the state of Louisiana.
No kidding.
And so
so he's got a long connection.
Long connection at the track, and does a great. I was really impressed with his sermon last night. He's on top of it, and he talks about Jesus and God in a way that you understand it. Right. And that's what if you're a Christian, you go to different churches, but it all boils down to just about the same thing. You're supposed to live. So. Well, that's correct. And that's the way it should be. And that's what I felt right at home, although it's not a Catholic sermon itself. He does a great job. Keep up the good work. And Don Stemmons had also shown up, and we've offered to buy the dinner. They have a meal after. They had probably 30 or so people in attendance. I was surprised because I had gone there with the previous person minister that worked the backside, and no big crowd, nothing like the feeling I got. I had a good feeling, great feeling.
Happy birthday, Joe Fred Gottschall. We just passed up on Wednesday. That makes Joe Fred how old? You must know.
How old?
How old is Joe Fred?
He's 4 years younger than me. He'd be 72.
How you like that? That's what I thought. Somebody asked me that, and I said, I think it's what it is. We get it. Well, we got a little over a minute left.
Yeah, but
you got a long one.
I've got I'm going to read some of this.
Go ahead. Oh, man.
It says, taste and see the goodness of the Lord. Mm-hmm. And right now you smell the freshly cut grass, the taste of a juicy tomato fresh from the garden, the feel of walking in bare feet along a sandy beach, are always to taste and see the goodness of the Lord. Isn't that what it's all about? Appreciate God and be thankful for a world full of awesome splendors and experiences.
Wonderful. That's very nice.
This is the same one that I used May of last year. That was in the Morning Advocate. Every Saturday they have a nice prayer, a thought. Sometimes I refer to them as a prayer, sometimes it's a thought. And also it gives us time to think about the good things we have. Forget about all the bad things. Think about the good things and the good life, and pray that we can have more peace in this world. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
And this Sunday, this weekend, please attend the church of your choice.